This is an urgent update on the New Zealand Gene Technology Bill. Actually, I think it's more of a national emergency for New Zealand. The proposed Gene Bill is far worse than anyone could ever possibly think. In my other Gene Bill video, which had many tens of thousands of views, comments showed how most New Zealanders are absolutely horrified and no one wants this bill passed. I highlighted 8 critical concerns, but there is now so much more you need to know. So New Zealand, please, I have dug deeper, and what I have found is worse than we thought. There are now 16 key areas of concern. You must listen, you must talk to others, and share this video, please. Right now, the bill is temporarily stalled. The Prime Minister calls it complicated. Labour says it's beyond repair. But why the delays? Because we, concerned New Zealanders, made a loud noise. Submissions, petitions, sharing, etc. But lobbyists are circling harder than ever. If we don't keep the pressure on, they will push this through. Now, I'm going to go through the 16 key points you need to know about the bill, starting with the ones I haven't covered yet. 1. Foreign control. Did you know if 2 overseas regulators approve a GMO medicine or product, New Zealand must approve it, even if it's controversial, even if it's banned somewhere else, our hands will be tied. So who is really running this country? Is it our parliament elected by New Zealanders or foreign agencies and corporate interests overseas? What happens if those regulators bow to the pressure from biotech giants? What if they approve something dangerous and we are forced to swallow it here without debate? Is this sovereignty or is this surrender? 2. The minister can declare an emergency and bypass every safeguard. Remember COVID, when products were rushed into use under emergency powers? This bill locks that authority in permanently. Next time, it might not be a jab. Scientists are already experimenting with gene-edited crops like lettuce and spinach to act as oral vaccines. Imagine your food engineered to deliver medicine without your knowledge or consent. If the government can declare an emergency, and believe me, they're going to, who decides what goes into your body? Could gene-edited medicine be slipped into your dinner plate? Could it be sprayed across farmlands or even into the air that we breathe? People say this is already happening with chemtrails, but I have no facts and evidence to back that up. This could be all done under emergency powers. Who would stop them? Are these ideas too far-fetched, or are we watching the groundwork being laid right now? 3. Farm raids and multi-million-dollar fines. Now this is going to blow your mind. The bill gives enforcement officers the power to storm farms and businesses without a warrant under Clause 69. They can legally walk onto your land uninvited to inspect, seize samples, or issue orders. They only need a warrant if it's your home or marae. Now think about this. Imagine you're an organic farmer working hard to keep your land clean. Then the wind shifts. Pollen from your neighbour's GE crop blows over the fence. Suddenly, your fields are now contaminated through no fault of yours. Now, under this bill, inspectors could show up, rip out your crops, and fine you multi-millions of dollars for contamination you did not even cause. And the penalties are not small. Companies face fines of up to $10 million. Is this justice, or is this state-sanctioned theft of honest farmers? How can any farmer feel secure when the government can turn them into criminals overnight? Not for what they did, but for what blew in over the fence in the wind. 4. Animal suffering unleashed. This bill has no meaningful protections for gene-edited livestock. Animals can be engineered for profit, faster growth, high yields, altered biology with no safeguards for their welfare. Imagine dairy cows engineered to produce more milk while their bodies buckle under the strain. Chickens or pigs altered to grow unnaturally fast, suffering genetic torment for corporate profit. Once we go down this road, animals stop being living beings and become factory products at the genetic level. Is this progress or is this cruelty disguised as science? 5. Secret reclassification. The regulator can quietly decide that something is not GMO technology even when in fact it actually is GMO. That means a gene-edited apple could be sold in supermarkets but officially called non-GMO. They can justify hiding it as a security measure. You would never know what you're eating. Would you ever vote for a government who would allow this? Who wants this? 6. Corporate monopoly by fees. The fees and charges are so high that only multinational corporations can afford them. Small farmers, community research projects, even universities will be locked out. It seems the system is designed so only biotech giants can play. 7. Scope creep without Parliament. The regulator can expand or shrink the definition of GMO at any time without going back to Parliament. One year it covers crops, the next year it covers livestock. Then they could remove entire categories from oversight. The law quietly shifts and you have no say. Number 8. Cultural and environmental heritage will be trampled. This bill ignores the deep responsibility we have to protect our unique species and natural heritage. Advisory committees are token with no real power to stop genetic desecration of plants and animals that are sacred and irreplaceable. This includes trampling on Māori heritage, but it's bigger than that. It's an insult to all New Zealanders, to the values what makes this country unique, and a betrayal of our duty to protect what must never be tampered with. Is this a corporate takeover tactic? Is this a regulation to benefit the New Zealand people or a blueprint for corporate control? High fees, secret reclassification, warrantless raids, liability shifted to small farmers. It hands control of our food, our health, our land to biotech, while ordinary Kiwis carry all the risks. Number 9, health risks. What gene-edited foods do to the body. Now, as a functional medicine researcher at the Bryland Functional Medicine Centre, I work every day with people suffering chronic illness, and one thing is clear: our health is fragile when disrupted at a cellular level. Gene-edited food is not just modified produce. It can introduce DNA mutations linked to cancer. It can damage fertility and reproductive health. It can alter the gut microbiome, which controls immunity, mood, and disease resistance. It can create unexpected toxins and allergens never seen before in the human body. It can weaken immune resilience and drive autoimmune disorders. And here is the truth. There are no long-term human studies. None. It's not even possible to ethically run one. Yet we are told it's safe. Well, where is the proof? Do we really want to use New Zealanders as a test subject? Number 10. What we learned from the gene modification jab. We have already been through one global experiment in genetic medicine, the COVID-19 mRNA injections. Now, at the Bryland Functional Medicine Centre, I have seen firsthand the damage, chronic fatigue, neurological issues, cardiac inflammation, immune dysregulation, and turbo cancers. And this is not anecdotal. World-leading experts worldwide have presented overwhelming evidence that sickness and death rates have risen since the rollout. The evidence may be debated, but it cannot be ignored. If the first genetic rollout caused so much harm, why should we trust the next one? Why would we accept genetic changes in our food supply when we have already seen the risks in our own bodies? Number 11, the export risk. Brand New Zealand is not just a phrase. It is trusted by our farmers and our exports. They rely on this every single day. It's worth billions of dollars. Fonterra, Zespri, supermarkets all depend on the clean, GE-free label. The moment overseas buyers lose trust, our premium markets vanish. A major NZIER report warned New Zealand could lose $10 to $20 billion of exports. Our rural economy would collapse. Our point of difference gone forever. I truly believe the gene bill will collapse New Zealand on every level, and there is no return. Number 12, genetic animals and ecosystems. This bill does not stop with food. It allows gene drives to wipe out pests and gene-edited vaccines for livestock. But once you alter nature, it does not stay in a lab. It spreads, it mutates, it contaminates, it destabilizes ecosystems, and it cannot be undone. Contamination is guaranteed. Ag research itself admitted that GE ryegrass cannot be contained. Once it's out forever. And this bill does not require avoiding contamination. It only requires mitigating it. That means if your farm is ruined, in the past you might get a payout, but the damage to brand New Zealand is permanent. And overseas, once contamination begins, regulators simply raise the tolerance levels each year. 0 becomes 1%, then 2%, then 5%, until eventually everything is contaminated. Number 13, stealth entry and weakened labelling laws. Here is the most shocking part. Some gene editing techniques will be declared as low risk, exempt from regulation and traceability, which means gene edited food could quietly enter the food chain with no oversight. And the labelling rules are being softened. If no foreign DNA is added, products may not need to be labelled at all. Imagine feeding your family gene-edited food without ever knowing. This is not just deregulation, this is deception. It removes your basic right to know what you eat and what you feed your children. Number 14, democracy removed. The bill strips even councils of the right to declare GMO-free zones. Farmers lose protection, and the public was never even given the option to keep the HSNO Act, our current law designed to protect people and the environment from hazardous substances and new organisms. The Act is strict, it works, and it is the reason New Zealand is still GE-free in the fields today. Why was that never an option on the table? Who decided the people should not have the choice? Democracy is being sidelined while corporate lobbyists call the shots. Number 15, life itself is hijacked. This bill opens the door to unregulated gene edits in plants, animals, and even potentially humans. Food could be engineered not to nourish, but to alter your biology. Once corporations own the patents, who really owns life? You or them? Gene editing is known to trigger off large mutations, fertility disruption, microbiome damage, new toxins and allergens. Remember, once DNA is changed, there is no going back. Do you trust corporations to protect your health when billions of dollars are on the line? Number 16, who wrote this bill? Certainly not doctors or environmental scientists. It was drafted by the Ministry for Business, and the advisory committee are dominated by biotech insiders. That means the very groups who stand to profit are also shaping this law. Is that science or is this corporate capture? And the so-called independent regulator? Bound to follow ministerial policy. That's not independence, that's a rubber stamp. The Gene Technology Bill is not a regulation, it is a corporate heist. It is a takeover, selling out our health, our land, our sovereignty to biotech giants. A betrayal of New Zealand's people, farmers, and our future. Now, the temporary pause of this bill proves one thing. We are making a difference. So here's what we do. Keep the pressure on. Tag, comment, and share this video. Now, by the way, I'm not monetizing it, so I don't profit from this video. Sign every petition. Contact your MPs. Now, I will put a page on my website linking you to submissions and official anti-gene bill websites. Because once DNA is rewritten, once ecosystems are contaminated, once health is damaged at the genetic level, there is no reset button. So New Zealand, are we going to stand by, or are we going to stop this bill before it destroys everything that we hold dear? Will you let me know what your thoughts are? Thank you very much for watching, and I'm William Bisset.